Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another Q8Pilot stream. I have utmost excitement today to bring to you this first look preview of the JustFlight Fokker F28 Professional for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The F28 is due for release next week, and to be exact, on Wednesday, it looks like, according to the word from the guys over at JustFlight. I want to begin today by thanking the team over at JustFlight for providing the Q8Pilot Channel with a copy of the aircraft to showcase here on the channel. And of course, as a reminder, the Q8Pilot Channel is powered by Navigraph. I want to welcome all of you guys here in chat. Welcome FSB, Captain Ray, Boeing Corp from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome Jamelin. And Kills My Skills, welcome. Glad to have you. Mika, hello Mika. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. Rashal, how are you doing, my friend? And Alex as well. Thank you very much, both of you, for your outstanding support on the channel. Really appreciate it, guys. Pedro, Saad El-Hanedi, Explain Gamer, Captain USA. We have with us, ladies and gents, Dougal McTavish. Hello, Dougal. Welcome aboard. And no other than Carl Childers. Welcome, Carl. Thank you very much, both of you, as well, for your outstanding support throughout. And Liam, hello, Liam, and Bravo001. Two-Turn Murphy is in the house, ladies and gents. And if you don't know who Two-Tone Murphy is, he is one of the finest content creators in our hobby. I had the absolute pleasure of meeting him over at FS Expo. Please visit his channel. He's, I think his main channel, his home on the content creation platform is Twitch, but he also has a YouTube channel. Be sure to visit both. Give the guy a few hundred likes and subscribes. Definitely worth watching his streams and his content. A great guy, and one of the best in our community. Captain USA, how are you doing, my friend? We have also today with us Jose Santiago. Hello, my friend. Welcome. All right. So, folks, the first thing we're going to be doing today is we are going to be taking a look at how beautifully this aircraft has been modeled by JustFlight. And I will tell you, I am quite impressed with everything they've done. And by the way, it comes in 4K and 8K textures, but I've chosen the 4K out of the box. And if you look just at the amount of details, look at that. Look, that's just beautiful. Beautiful work by the guys over at JustFlight. The amount of details in this aircraft is just astonishing. I love the details, and if you've been following the channel long enough, you'll know that I'm a detailed guy, and I love details, and this aircraft is nothing short of a detailed rendition of the F28 by JustFlight. Everything you see here is been very carefully worked on by the team. No wonder they take so long to, produce their add-ons. They worry about quality. And I've had actually the pleasure of meeting them over at FS Expo as well. Look at this wing and look at the details on the wing. Again, the reflections are done quite well. The details, this little, if you look here at the probably wear and tear and, some streaks of, I don't know if it's oil or something else, but definitely can see how old this aircraft, it gives it that older look. If you will, you'll have the beautiful Rolls-Royce engines right there. And look at just the curvatures, the final finish. The texturing is done so well to create a authentic looking aircraft. Look at those engines. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, some really fine work by the guys at JustFlight. And by the way, I like their products. I don't think they've produced anything that wasn't, that wasn't of a high standard. Their standard is definitely very high, and they produce high quality add-ons, and they keep getting better and better. And that's something I really like. With every add-on they produce, they kind of, step things up a little bit. And this is not an exception. This is really, and by the way, this aircraft makes me really, really look forward to their A300. Just look at those wings. I mean, the details are astonishing, really. Look at that. Fine details all over the 3D model. And again, we can here look at the landing gear. Again, look at the details over here. Look at that. You can see the black residue from the brakes on the wheels, which is very nice. And you'll see it again. This is again. Look at the attention to. Let me explain something to you, because I love details. If you look at the landing gears, the main landing gears, you'll see the black residue from the brakes, but you don't actually see it here on the front. The reason being, the front wheels do not have brake pads. And so all the braking happens here, and this is why you see the black residue here and you don't see it here, which is very, very cool. Again, that level of detail is something I have a lot of appreciation for. All right, so that is the external model, and I know you're all waiting for the interior of the aircraft, so here we go. Look at that, ladies and gents. This is a fine looking 3D cockpit, and the amount of detail is just really jaw-dropping. Look at that. Look at the resolution of the textures, the nice texture work here, giving the aircraft a very kind of rusty and old look. Looks absolutely beautiful. The levers here, all the switches, by the way, and everything on this aircraft is operational. And listen to the sounds. Every switch has a distinct sound. The coloring is very beautiful, done very, very nice, and definitely has the look, the older look. Look at this, the carpets here, the seats, and the overhead panel. Look at that. Look at the overhead panel. Wow. And by the way, it looks a little bit intimidating when you first look at it, but it's actually, you know, fairly simple to operate the aircraft. And I haven't really spent much time on it. I've spent about total 30 minutes earlier this morning. Just I downloaded the aircraft and decided to do this first look review. We are going to be doing a full flight today, and we're going to be flying from Toulouse to Lyon in France. And hopefully I can give you guys a good show you kind of what the aircraft has got to offer. But as you can see, this is just really outstanding work by JustFlight. The fidelity is just really second to none. Beautiful, beautiful work by JustFlight. Now, this aircraft circuit breakers are not modeled, but everything else is. And as you can see here, the central pedestal, the lower pedestal area. Some things, by the way, on this aircraft is placed in some strange places. So things that you're not accustomed to. You can see hydraulic systems are like here, which is very strange. Let me give you a very quick tour of the overhead panel here. You've got the temperature inlets up here, gen drive oil temperatures here, the AC load for your electrical power, which makes sense because the electrical panel is here. And this is where you're going to start your battery. This is your battery switch, your external power. The TRUs are over here, and then the gens are over here, Gen 1 and 2. And then moving down here, this is by the way, the speed drive disconnect is right here, emergency lights. The cabin pressure is right over here. DC and AC power selectors are here. So this will indicate how much power you've got. Now, if we go to battery 1, we can see that battery 1 has a charge, so we can turn on the battery is good. We can turn it on. The engine start switches are right here, and then you've got the APU with the generator. Generator 3 is for the APU, and then you've got the APU RPM and TGT temps over here. Moving on to the left, you can see the cabin pressure is set here. The air conditioning system temperature is shown here. the duct temperatures here for your air conditioning system. This whole thing here is your air conditioning system. And then moving up here is the bleed air supply, which we are going to be using, of course, with the APU and later on when the engines start. Over here on the far right of the overhead panel, you've got the windshield heating. Some of the anti-icing is located here. You can see the anti-icing, anti-foil, engine anti-ice, and airfoil anti-icing. And this is do not operate in IT above 15 Celsius, obviously. And then the air pressure is right over here. That's pretty much it. The glare shield here is, I think, pretty self-explanatory. And this reminds me a little bit of the BAE 146, though things are a little different here on the autopilot system. So it does take a little bit of learning. I did go through the manual a little bit so that I can basically do this stream for you guys. And this is beginning to look like JustFlight at its best. Absolutely, Dougal. Absolutely. So here, let me zoom in here. So you've got your autopilot modes here. Obviously, roll and pitch are pretty much self-explanatory. The height actually stabilizes the heights. So if you're at 10,000, you click height, it will stop at 10,000, like alt hold, if you will. Heading is, of course, heading. Now, beam is selected to intercept the VOR. So if you are in VOR lock mode and you click on beam, it will look for the VOR station. And once it captures the frequency, then, the aircraft should do its thing. I haven't tested this, so we'll test it together today, and we'll see how things pan out. You've got your course selectors here, nav approach, nav 2, and then you've got the nav 1 and 2 over here as well. And then you've got all your gauges, your heading, your heading selector. By the way, the heading is controlled here. It took me a while to figure out where's the heading knob, but it's right here, and this is your course selectors as well. And you've got all your nav radios. You've got your gust lock, there's a brake, there's an alternate brake here. There's a lot of things to look around here for this aircraft and learn a few things as well. The fuel booster pumps are located here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the passenger cabin real quick, and then we're going to come and prep the aircraft for departure. We're going to, of course, take a look at the AFB real quick as well. Indicated airspeed, yep, absolutely. IAS is speed hold, yes, that is correct. All right, so here is the cabin, and by the way, the cabin is also done very nicely by JustFlight. Now, I don't really care for, whether the cabin is interactive or not, but I do like the details. Again, you can see the scratches here on the tray table. Very nice work. You can see it here as well. Nice scratches there. Overall, a very well-developed passenger cabin there for us to enjoy, if you like that kind of thing. And by the way, you can control the cabin lights and everything via this panel here. So you can see here, this is all actually, clickable. So it's all interactive. The music volume you can set. How cool is that? The temperature you can set. Again, very, very nice. This is the stewardess call to the cockpit. Again, is something you can also play with if that's what you choose to do. All the cabin lights are interactive. The evac lights, all of that. And it looks like those circuit breakers are working. Yeah, looks like they've modeled those, but not the ones over there. All right. Again, nice details overall by JustFlight over at the passenger cabin. Everything really looks pretty cool. And now I want to show you one thing here. If we go to aircraft and we go to the door, listen to that. Very nice animation. And then you can hear, as the door hits the ground, you can hear that, click there. Again, very, very nice. Everything really modeled very, very nicely. And of course, you can open the cargo holds as well. Here, let me just open those for you. There you go. You can have the service door and the cargo doors as well right here. Very, very nicely done by JustFlight. All right, let's go back and let's go to the operational flight plan. We're going to load our flight plan. This is, of course, just to show you that you can load it from SimBrief, and you can use the GPS, beg your pardon, you can use GPS through the GNS device, but that's no fun, I think. What do you guys think? I think it's best that we do the... hello, Jeff. Welcome aboard, my friend. I think it's much nicer to do VOR to VOR than to use the Garmin device here, which is, you know, it's okay, but I prefer to do VOR to VOR. At least I show you guys, you know, how all these radios work. That would be, I think, more beneficial for you guys. So what we're going to be doing today, let me show you here real quick. So this is Navigraph with the beautiful weather charts included, and we can see that there is a little bit of turbulence as we not very violent turbulence, but there is nonetheless some turbulence as we depart from Toulouse today, and we're going to be tracking the Golf Alpha India VOR station onto Mike Echo November, and then we're going to fly direct to Lyon. And as we arrive into Lyon, we're going to go to Talar. So this is the actual approach into this is one of the valid approaches into Lyon. So we're going to take Talar, and then we're just going to follow the approach into runway 17 left at Lyon. Yeah, we're going to be doing final... Oof, look at that. 14 right. So maybe we should take another runway here for departure. Let's see here. Oof, all of them. All right, never mind. We'll just take the same runway. It's probably due to the turbulence. That's okay. All right. That's fine. All right, so we're going to be cruising at a final cruise altitude of 18,000 feet for our flight. So, folks, it's time to get things started. And Omari, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. VR for sure. Yeah, I thought you guys would like that more than anything else. All right, so let's head over to the overhead panel. And the first thing we want to do is, like any other aircraft, we want to supply electrical power to the aircraft. So battery is on, and then we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna we can do the checklist, but I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on the APU. So to do that, you can perform the APU fire test, which is right here. All right, so that's the APU fire test, and it looks okay. And then we can do the engine fire test a little later. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the APU main switch here. So we can see the light is on, and now we can hit the start button to start the APU. Now, once you do this, you're going to watch the RPM rising, and the TGT will rise as well. And if we go to the back of the aircraft, you're going to start hearing the APU. Yeah, listen to that. Check it out. Very nice sounds aboard this aircraft. And you can see the heat blare here. This is the APU exhaust, as you can see here. Very, very nice attention to detail again. All right, so we've got the APU now running, and the next thing we're going to do is turn the APU air on. There we go. And Gen 3. There we go. And now we have APU power supplying the aircraft. We can come to, let's see here. Let me go to aircraft. import. Yeah, so it's going to import our data, our load and balance. Again, I love the fact that they have this integrated with SimBrief, just like the other, the other aircraft. The BAE 146 has that integration as well. And all right, so now we have the APU, and let me show you also the checklist. So we've already started, obviously, the APU. So we've got the overhead panel, electrical power check, emergency light is armed, and constant speed guards are closed, which are those guys here. Engine panels check, bleed air supply check, air conditioning panel is checked, airfoil anti-icing is checked, engine anti-ice is checked, pitot and vane heating is checked. Glare shield panel. All right, so glare shield panel, we're going to come here. I'm going to set our altitude. Hang on. All right, see. Why is this still off? All right, I think we better go through. Let me see. All right. So let me just go real quick through these. Emergency lights is armed, the guards are closed, engine panel, bleed supply air, air conditioning. The reason why is we have the master radios need to go on, and now we can set our altitude. Perfect. All right. So glare shield panel, again, you can go through all these checklists. We're not going to go through all of them, but we are going to do a few of them. Again, everything can be tested, so if you actually come here, you can do the test here, and you've got your annunciator lights. You can come down here and do the engine fire test for the left and right engine, TVI test as well, and the APU we've already done. The anti-skid test is right here. So we can do the outbound and inbound. Right there, skid control. All right, perfect. And we're going to turn on the non-smoking and fasten seatbelt signs on. And now everything here looks good. Everything here, we need to make sure everything is, this is on auto, this is off. The air conditioning system is currently in the off position. Everything here looks good. Pitots need to be off. We're going to set the cabin pressure today. We're going to 18,000 feet. So we're just going to set it to 19. There we go. And everything here looks good. We don't need the anti-icing at this point. All right, perfect. So the next thing is we need to set our radios. So for the radios, we are going to come to our friendly Navigraph charts, and we're going to select the first one here. So if we select this VOR station, the frequency is 115.8. So we're going to set that as 115.8. And we're going to set the next one to the next VOR station, which is the Mike India November. Mike Echo November, beg your pardon, and with a frequency of 115.3. So let's set that, 115.3, and that is now set. And we're going to set the course, which is 5-4 for the first station, 5-4 and 5-3 for the second station, or 5-2, beg your pardon. I love the sounds. Everything has very unique sounds, which is very cool. And then we're going to set the altitude to 18,000 feet. 18,000 is now set. And we do have the GPS device. You can obviously use it if you want. But I just prefer to do radio navigation for this flight. Okay, perfect. So we are now pretty much ready for pushback and engine start. But let's go ahead and go through the checklist here. So center warning and caution, that has been tested. Nose wheel steering is on. Nose wheel is right here. Right, and we're just going to make sure that it's on, which it is. Perfect. Alternate wheel brake is forward, which is forward right here. And the left instrument panel here, if we look at it, it's got... where is it? That's the glare shield. So on the glare shield, it says... Where did it go? That's the... Let me remove that. Remove that. Remove that. All right. So, all indicators check. Hydraulic supply check. Fuel pressure lights are on. TTC switches on takeoff. By the way, those switches are located here. Those are the TTC takeoff switches right here. Those two. They're kind of in an awkward position, and for this reason, I like to point them out. The lift dampers are checked, and the flaps are checked. All right. So what we are going to do is we're going to turn on our navigation system here to DME, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. And now we can basically track the VOR station here. We've already set this up, but we're not getting a reading until we probably depart. That's where you're going to get it. Quick question, is this plane performance heavy for you? I never looked at the frames, but let's find out. Let me check this out real quick here. What are we getting? We're getting about 100 frames, 100 FPS right now on a payware scenery. So, yeah, so it's pretty cool. All right. So now that we're done with this, central, we'll go to the RH. Again, everything here, door lights. All right, let's go ahead and close our doors. And again, you can listen to the beautiful sounds. Listen to that, guys. Wow, lovely. All right, and we're going to close the service door as well as the cargo. And you will notice now that you don't hear the external sounds anymore, which is, again, very cool. Let's make sure the parking brake is set. All right, it is set now. And we can remove the chocks as well. Right, chocks are gone. And we are now pretty much ready to go. Let's just, the GPWS test is performed. Wow, you get 100 frames, 40, 90 are so cool. They definitely are, Mika. Yeah. All right. So everything here is good. We are ready. We are going to now go to the pre-departure check. Circuit breakers are in. Oxygen is checked. APU air switch is on. Windshield heating is off. Fasten seatbelt signs are on. And central warning and caution has been tested. Skid control has been tested. Engine fire warning test has been performed. Fuel consume indicator. By the way, when you click on these, this is a preview beta. This is a pre-release version. So some of these, when you click on them, will not take you there. So just be mindful of that. But everything here looks good to me. Yeah, cross feed should be closed. AC weight is set. TTC switches on takeoff. Nav lights on or off. We don't need them, but all right. Let me just show you where the lights, because they are in a very awkward place. So the landing lights are here. Flare, out lights, taxi light, and then your red dome bright, storm, anti-collision, strobe lights, and nav are all located here. It's kind of strange, but yeah, that's where it's located in this aircraft. If you want to set the flight recorder, so you can go to the flight recorder here. This is where it is, and you can simply put in the flight number. So we'll just put anything here, and then you can put the date here, similar to the BAE 146. And you can also test the flight recorder. You can erase and do all that stuff, which is pretty cool. All right, so everything is now in tip-top shape, and we are ready for engine start. So before engine start, the brake pressure has been checked. All right, here we go. We've got the temperature is good, And the pressure is good. Fuel quantity is checked. Pressurization has been set. Thrust index. By the way, the thrust index is right here. So you can set it here. But, you know, we'll just leave it at 162 for both engines. That's the default. The nav IDs are set. Ship's papers are on board. Takeoff data is checked, and the bugs are set right here. The gust lock is removed, so we need to remove that. Right, let me switch to my default view again and remove this here, and that's the gust lock is here. So we're going to remove it. Windows and doors are all closed, and we are cleared for start. So we're going to turn on the anti-collision lights. Where is anti-collision lights, top and bottom? Throttle levers are idle. The HP fuel valve levers are shut. The booster pump switches are on. So we're going to turn on only the ones that we require. And the start master switch is on. The start master switch is located here. So we turn this on, and now we're pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to attempt to use GSX. I have no clue if it's going to work or not, but prepare for pushback and departure. And worldwide service. Nah, okay, that's fine. Let's see if it works. Hopefully it does. Fanatic, hello my friend. It is going great. I hope you are the same.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
And thank you very much for being here, guys. Fanatic is another great content creator who's just starting, and he's got an excellent channel. Please do visit his channel. Give him a few hundred likes and subscribes. Hello there, Johnny. Hello, Pilot Unknown. Welcome. Might buy this for a little private jet operations. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. That much I can tell you. Yeah, it's the GSX profile obviously is still not there for the F28 as it is not released yet, but hopefully in due course we'll see the profiles. I love how this aircraft looks, just looks great. Love the classics. Right, looks like he's doing the right thing. And the lady's head is inside the... but at least it works, so that's cool. Right, she's locking the pin. All right, so we are going to do nose to the right. All right, we are good to release our brakes. So we're going to come here and release the parking brake. All right, and we have clearance to start our engines. So we're going to come here and start with the engine number 2 first. And we can see the start valve is now open. Excellent. And we can see here the RPM rising for engine number 2 at 20%. We will introduce fuel. So we're going to push the fuel lever to start. We can see the hydraulic pressure in the green. Excellent. Those engine sounds are phenomenal. And there we go. I noticed that the engines aren't rotating. Look. Yeah. But again, that's a beta, guys, so a few things are still being worked on. So things are expected. Let me just... All right. So we had a good start on the engine number 2. We're going to start engine number 1. All right, there we go. So engine number 1 can start. All right, here's start valve for engine number 1. Parking brake is set. All right, love that French accent there. All right, let's confirm the engine start.
Ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right. Right, and fuel. Look at her. She's literally inside the cockpit. Oh God, what happened here? Jeez. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Oops. Yeah, that's GSX. Hopefully we didn't damage anything. By the way, the aircraft has its own pushback. If you click here, it will bring the default pushback of Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right, and let's go here. Listen to those engine sounds, guys. Let me give it a little power here while we're... Lovely engine sounds. All right. Now we are going to come here, and what we're going to do up here is we're going to turn on the engine master starter switch to the off position. We no longer need Gen 3, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. There we go. And APU air is off, and we're going to turn off the APU. Pitos and heat can go on, and we're going to set the flaps, what is it here? Let me check here. Flaps 8 for departure is set, and while we're at it, we're going to set our taxi light on. All right, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, flaps are set. And everything looks cool. All right, we are ready to go, but first let's do the checklist. So after start checklist, the central warning caution are out, the HP fuel valves levers are open, fuel press lights are out, igniter lights are out, starter valve lights are out, start master switch is off, generator lights are out, Gen 3 switch is off, APU air switch is off, air conditioning, we can turn those both on. All right, there we go. And now you can hear the air conditioning system kicking in. Lovely, lovely sounds really on this aircraft. All right, so all here is looking good. Perfect. All right, and let's see. AC and DC check, so you can check those here. So AC on Gen 1 and Gen 2 is okay. And the DC power bus 2, TRU, battery, and TRU 1 and battery 1. All checks good. All right, perfect. The pitos are on. Windshield, engine anti-ice, auto are on. That's right there, so we're good here. Electrical pumps are, the guard switch, the electrical pump switches are off and the guards are closed. Flight control lights are out and the flaps are set. The hydraulic supply is good and we are good to go. All right, perfect. Let's taxi to the runway and depart. No, it wasn't released yet. This is a first look preview and we are ready to taxi to the runway. All right, everything is set. Parking brake released, and let's go. Lovely looking aircraft. That's again the X12 issue. So what do you guys think so far? I think this aircraft, it really sets the bar very high for anything else that comes out after it. And the visual quality of everything they've done is really outstanding. I mean, they've really done a really good job on this aircraft. I really like it a lot. All right, in preparation for takeoff, we're gonna arm the there's something to do with the lift dumpers. It arms them, and so those are armed. Everything else is set. We are approaching the departure runway here, which is 14 left, I believe. And let's see here. Here, everything looks good. Everything looks good here. Perfect, perfect. All right, let me hit the toe brakes here a little bit, slow the aircraft down, and we're going to turn on the landing lights. Taxi lights are retracted, and we're going to turn on the strobe. Nav lights, it's kind of getting dark, so we're going to turn on the nav lights as well for the flight. Osama Muhammad, hello my friend, welcome aboard, glad to have you here. It's been a while. How have you been? Yeah, thank you very much. Looks great. I think the price is more than fair. Absolutely, absolutely. The JustFlight, by the way, are always very reasonable in their pricing, and they create some excellent add-ons, really. All right, we are ready to go, and we want a heading of. Let me just set the heading bug, which is 54 degrees. And we are ready to go. So we're going to expect a little bit of turbulence according to our Navigraph weather charts. And that's actually, the charts are proving to be very, very useful. I'm just absolutely loving Navigraph weather charts. Another reason why you should invest in Navigraph. All right, we are ready to go. Listen to those engine sounds. Oh, steering to the left. All right, I'm gonna abort that. Oops. Wow, wow, wow. All right, let's try this again. I think it's to do with the turbulence in Toulouse. So let's try this again. Thank God we didn't make a complete mess out of it. But yeah, definitely the winds are very strong. So we'll try this one more time. Is this 14 right? It is 14 right. Yeah, that is our departure runway. All right. Let's see if we can depart this time. Yeah. Gear up. Doesn't take very much to actually rotate. I'm going to maintain manual flight, so I'll hand fly the aircraft for a little while until we are a bit stable.
Flaps up.
Right, flaps up. That's a little too much for the climb rate.
Set climb power.
Right. Climb power set. I'll go to about 2,000, 1,000 right there. Let the aircraft climb a little bit. All right, and what we can do now is yaw damper, autopilot, and we are going to hit IAS, so it keeps the speed, and we are going to select, let's see, do we have this here still? No, we don't. All right, I'm going to change this to, let's see here, heading mode, switch to heading. Terrible weather. Finally, yeah, we are airborne. All right, and now we're heading to the VOR station. Now, if you look here at our Navigraph charts, why am I not getting this? There we go. Right, so you can see that we are going towards the station. Now, if we want to track, so we can hit on beam. And it will maintain the heading until we actually capture the frequency. Go to VOR lock here. Wow, the weather is absolutely terrible. All right, let's do the after takeoff checklist real quick. All right, lining up. After takeoff, landing gears up, flaps are up, lift dampers are in, the RPM TGT are checked, landing and flare out are light, are retracted, engine anti-ice auto or on, pressurization is checked, fasten seat belts are on, and the after takeoff checklist is complete. Okay, now we're going to see if this works. According to the manual, you need to use beam in order to intercept the localizer, the frequency for the VOR. So that's what we're going to do. And we are climbing very slowly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pitch. And we are going to increase our pitch a little bit. Right, that's about right. And if we look here, yeah, let me set our heading. Right there. Right, we continue our climb now. Excellent. Hello there, Rand. How are you doing, my friend? Glad to have you here. Willie Tronson, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. Captain Jake, welcome, my friend. All right, looking good. And we're approaching 10,000 feet, so we can turn off the non-smoking and fasten seatbelt signs. And we're going to also turn off the line link lights. And everything else is fine here. Right, let's take a look. I'm not sure why we're not getting the distance to the station, but that's okay. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to switch the frequency. So we're going to use 11530. Right, so we'll use that one. And now we can get the miles to the station. And we can also use beam. There we go. And now it has captured the VOR radio frequency. Wow, the weather is terrible today. So from this point on, we should it should be. Drashal has upgraded his membership to Senior Captain. Drashal, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your kind support. Very kind of you, sir. All right, so we are looking good. We continue our climb at about a rate of 1.8. We can increase it without a doubt. But that's okay. We'll just leave it. And here's a look at the outside. Look at that, guys. Wow. Look at this. Listen to those sounds. Absolutely gorgeous aircraft. JustFlight, thank you. Thank you for making this aircraft. I love it. All right. We should see the aircraft turning in a minute here. Yep. There we go. The aircraft is turning now to fly towards the VOR. So again, guys, the autopilot is simple once you understand it. Once you have the VOR radio stations set, you need the beam here. And once it's active, once you see the screen, everything else is actually inhibited. So we are at 68.9. All right, so this station is this one here, okay? So this is the Mike Echo November. The next station is going to be this one here, which is at Nice. So if I look here, at Lyon, and the frequency for that is, what is the frequency for that? Let me very quickly go to my, what do you call it? Skywalker. Alright, so we want the frequency for that last station, which is 114.75. 114.75. So we'll set that here, 14775, and then we'll get the ILS frequency. We'll set it there once we switch the channels. Ice detected. Ooh, really? All right. I haven't used this, but okay. So let's turn that on. Anti-icing is on. All right, engine anti-ice is on as well. And Amari Joseph has been a member here at the channel for 2 months now. Thank you very much, Amari, for your continued support, my friend. Appreciate it. Once you get used to using the high-fidelity aircraft, it becomes second nature to hop in and fly. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is my actually very first flight. I did a quick short kind of just flight just to understand the systems and be able to do the stream for you guys. And yeah, it hasn't stopped at 18,000. So altitude hold. Yeah, we've gone a little higher than our speed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I had it stop at 18,000, but I'm not sure why it hasn't happened this time. All right. Let's switch to the... Let's go. Wow. It's just the camera view. Gave me a scare there, said, what's going on? Alright. Just need to put number 5 here. There we go. And here are some nice views of the aircraft for your viewing pleasure. Look at those wings. The sounds are exceptional. And that's a nice wing view there. Very, very nice. All right. So if we look here, it looks like it did go down a little bit. And what happened to... No, our speed is okay. That's fine. So I'll maintain this speed. And we'll probably descend now to 18,000 feet. There we go. All right. So everything's looking good. And if you look here, we are about 38.6 nautical miles from the next VOR station. Still, their icing conditions persist. The Fokker 100, which looks like a smaller MD-80, would be a great plane for them to bring to the community. Well, I'll tell you, Carl, I like everything that JustFlight has done so far. They just really do a great job with everything they produce for the community. And let's not forget also their collaboration with Blacksquare, which, according to attestation by a real-world pilot, the Bonanza is very, very accurate in terms of how it looks. And the simulation of the of the aircraft performance is done to a very, very high standard, very high fidelity aircraft. Yeah, but look at this. Look at how beautiful this aircraft is. It's just really very nice. All right. So it looks like, you know what, we can go this to, all right, so we can go to off now. So icing condition has subsided. We can now shut off the, there we go. And we can turn off the anti-icing system now and continue our flight. Always a pleasure flying over France. Lovely. Yeah. I love, by the way, doing VOR to VOR navigation. I think it's very rewarding to understand how, you know, navigation used to take place back in the old days. But you do have, I somehow feel that this Garmin device is out of place in this aircraft. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think. But yeah, it looks pretty out of place. It seems as if it does not belong to this aircraft. But yeah. All right. So While we are heading over to ice detected, that's going to be like a... All right, let me go ahead and turn this on. Actually, we can put this on auto. So if the ice comes on, it will automatically take care of it. And we're going to turn this on as well. All right, so we'll just leave that here. And windshield heat, we're going to put this on low and leave it there. Yeah, we don't want the ice to accumulate on our wings because that's going to lead to a catastrophe. And we will more than likely crash. We are back at 18,000 now, the correct altitude set for this flight. And we are about 16.3 nautical miles from the next VOR station. Is the influence on the flight damage due to ice simulated? That's probably it. And we saw the takeoff, how rough the takeoff was originally. So because there was a huge crosswind, about 23 knots of crosswind, I had to use the ailerons to be able to take off with the left rudder in order to compensate for the wind. So yeah. All right. So the next station is 11475. That's the Lyon VOR station, Lima Sierra Echo. And yeah, we'll switch it in just a little bit. And then we'll do our TOD calculation and check the runway frequency over at Lyon. But this is looking so nice. You have got to admire the work here by JustFlight. Look at the strobe light. Very, very nice. All right. All right, 7.3. I think it's good time for us to switch the frequency. So we are going to go to 1475. All right, 1475. And beam. And it will automatically now line up to the aircraft. And we are at about 111 nautical miles from Lyon right now. So we're actually pretty close. We're not too far. And the aircraft is doing its thing properly, thankfully. Right, here we go. Hello there, John C. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. And somebody gifted memberships. Oh, SimFanatic has gifted one Q8 Pilot membership. So whoever got that, please make sure you say thank you to SimFanatic. Thank you very much, SimFanatic, for your outstanding support and your kindness, generosity. You're just really a fine gentleman. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. And by the way, folks, if you go to my channel, if you're not sure how to get to SimFanatic, if you go to my channel, on the main page of my channel, just scroll down on the featured channels. You should see him right there. Just click on that. You should be able to go to his channel. And please do visit him, visit his channel, give him a few hundred likes and subscribes. He really deserves it. And he's really putting out some very good content. All right. I'll tell you, when you fly an aircraft like this for the first time, there is a little bit of pressure associated with it. But I think, again, experience does serve you well when you've flown so many aircraft in the sim, and things become like, you know, second nature for you because you know what are the things you need to do. You need to establish electrical power. You need to turn on the APU. You know, you need to put in your flight plan and things like that. So once you figure that all out, it becomes really very easy to do that. And I just want to show you guys how detailed. Let's look at this. look at how those knobs are and the switches and the textures. Look at the reflection here. Just really amazing work by JustFlight on this aircraft. All right, and we have Renan de Oliveira just came in with a 5490 super chat. Thank you very much. Swedish Aviator, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for your super chat, Mr. Oliveira. Very kind of you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a look here at this panel. So, cabin lights on. Yee, look at that. How cool. Look at it. There we go. That's pretty cool. Phone, lights. You can reset here. Volume. Music volume is on. Reset. Yeah. By the way, it's got some announcements as well, which we did not play with. So here, right here, you have the announcements. They play automatically. They didn't play today, but you can. You can say, for example, seats for landing or release crew, and there you go. So you can use those. There are the same ones that come from the BAE 146. All right, so we are on our way to Lyon, and if we look at our Navigraph charts here, that's us right there. So we are kind of heading over to Lyon, which is right here. But once we arrive here, we want to know, first of all, when are we going to descend? To do this, I love the fact that they have a TOD calculator. So all you need to do is you sync this, it will get the current altitude, sync the current ground speed, and the target altitude for Lyon is 3,000 feet, and the desired angle obviously is a 3-degree slope. And now it says the desired TOD distance is 47 nautical miles. So that means that the aircraft and the desired vertical speed is 1,900 feet per minute. Okay? So what this means is that we will require a total of 47 nautical miles descending at a rate of 1,900 feet per minute in order to arrive at 3,000 feet. Which is the initial approach altitude for runway 17 left at Lyon. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. And the prices are very good. Yeah, prices are excellent. All right, now we're going to bring up our excellent Navigraph maps. And I'm going to just, you know what, let me just make this a little bigger for you guys, so you can see what I'm doing. And I've, on purpose, I left the turbulence on. Now, the altitude is set to 18,000. We're probably going to be less. So here, we are going to be probably at 6,000 feet. Now, if you see here, according to the Navigraph map, once we arrive into the Lyon area, we're going to experience very heavy turbulence, as you can see here. So we're going to have to be very careful, and we need to descend 47 nautical miles from Lyon. So I will begin the descent once the display shows about 50 nautical miles, and then we're going to make a turn towards Talar right here, and then we're going to follow the approach plate into runway 17. Now, the frequency, if we go to Lyon and we select the approach, 17 left is our runway. So that is the...
Spacecraft stuff as well.
Used to do spacecraft stuff as well. Well, Alex, thank you very much for being with us for over 10 months as a senior captain, a moderator, supporter of the channel, supported on Discord. You're the bomb, man. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate all your help and your support. All right, so ILS for runway 17 left. Let's bring that up. And let me remove that just for a second. Let me put radar. Actually, let me remove the weather here so you guys can see. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to be turning to a heading of 300 for Talar. And then we are going to continue on this path here and then intercept the localizer for runway 7, which is 109.1, with an approach course of 174. And as you can see here at E camp here, we need to be at 3,000. And do I see anything else here? No. So that's the initial approach altitude with an ILS frequency 109.1. All right, so we're going to set 109.1. All right, decimal 1. And the approach course is 174. So we're going to set that here, 174. All right, 174 is set. And we'll leave this course here currently for our current station. We're not too far now from the top of descent, by the way. We are going to be descending shortly into Lyon. What about what I expected given the 146's price? Yeah, Vinny, I think it's pretty reasonable if you ask me. It's not an exaggerated price, but I'll tell you, this is a step up from the BAE 146 in my view. In terms of the fidelity, in terms of the final finish, I think they've done a really, really good job. Oh, we've got other... Alex has just gifted 5 Q8 Pilot memberships. Alex, thank you very much, sir, for your kindness and your support. I appreciate it, my friend. Guys, if you've received a gifted membership from Alex, please be sure to say hello, and please also be sure to say thank you. I beg your pardon. Say thank you to Alex for the gifted membership, and please make sure that you also thank SimFanatic for his membership as well. Thank you very much, really, Alex. You're very kind, sir. Thank you. Is this the same level as PMDG and Phoenix? Well, it's hard for me to say, but there isn't anything in this aircraft that isn't simulated. And I will tell you that probably programming some of the things in this aircraft is probably more difficult. But it's not far behind PMDG in terms of the depth of system simulation. JustFlight are really known for creating some very high fidelity aircraft with very accurate flight models as well. All right, so we're approaching top of descent. And what we're going to do for that is we are going to come over here, reset the MCP altitude to about 2,000 feet, or 3,000 feet, beg your pardon. So that's 3,000 feet. There we go. And we are going to go to pitch mode. All right, and we're going to start pitching the aircraft down. We are targeting about 2,000 feet per minute. Right, there we go. Let's see here. I'm going to ease off on the power. And we've begun the descent now towards Lyon. Let's pitch down a little more. A little more. There we go. And we have now begun the descent towards Lyon, ladies and gents. And we're going to be shooting for runway 17 left at Lyon. Beautiful France. Right, ease off on the power a little more. All right, so now if you look here, you'll see this is us right there, and we want to go to Talar. We are currently on a heading of, let me set the heading bug here correctly to our current heading. So we are currently at a heading of 54 degrees, and it looks like we're going to fly up north to our heading of about 300 to go to Talar. So we'll do that in just a little bit. We're still about 38 nautical miles from Lyon, and we're descending at about 2,000 feet per minute. We're looking good. Let's go ahead and set the altimeter. Excellent. And SimFanatic gifted yet another membership. Thank you very much, SimFanatic, for gifting another membership. You're very kind, sir. That's very kind of you. All right. We continue the descent now, and we can always bring up the checklist here just to make sure that we haven't forgotten anything. So on the descent, fasten seatbelt sign. All right, so those we can turn on. Pressurization is set. TCC switches for takeoff. Those are the two switches here, which they are set, both of them. All right, perfect. Landing data is checked and bugs are set. The crew briefing is complete. For the approach, non-smoking switch is on. Altimeters are set. Anti-icing is checked. Landing switches extend are on, and we are good here. All right. So we're going to come here, and we're going to turn off the anti-icing. So this can go to the off position, and this also can go to I'm not sure what it's doing there, but we're going to turn them off. All right, perfect. All right, now if we look here at our chart, I think we can safely go to a heading of 300. So we're going to go switch to heading mode. First, let me set the heading bug to right here, and then we're going to go to heading. Select heading here, select heading here. Why is it not doing it? That's strange. All right. Right, heading mode is now engaged. Right, now I'm going to reduce the rate of descent. Right, let's reduce it further. All right. And now, if we look at our chart, we'll see that we're heading through Talar right here. All right. So what I'm going to do now, folks, I am going to key in the ILS frequency in nav1, which is 109. So that's 109.1. All right, so that's 109 decimal. Now we can see that we are 18.7 nautical miles from the runway, and we're going to set the approach course to 174. And now we know exactly how we are, what we're looking at here, as far as the direction of the runway relative to the position of the aircraft. Let me reduce our rate of descent here. Right, so I think that's good. Right, looking good. We're reducing our speed. Maybe that was too much. And another gifted memberships, looks like. Well, thank you very much, guys, for your support. I truly appreciate it. Carl Childers has gifted 20 memberships. Awesome. Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you so much. Guys, if you have received memberships from Carl, from Alex, or SimFanatic, please be sure to say thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for your support. Very much appreciated. Right, before I forget, I'm going to arm the lift dumpers for arrival, and we are going to begin the turn shortly. So we are looking okay right here. So we're still heading towards Talar, and yeah, actually what I'll do, folks, I'm going to do this. So we're going to just put this here so that we don't keep maximizing and minimizing. So that way we'll just leave this here and continue our flight. All right, looking good. 5,000 feet. We continue the descent. Speed is good, about 250 knots. And we are looking good. You know, the aircraft behaves as expected, so it doesn't do anything that are erratic. And again, that's attestation to the quality of JustFlight. They really do excellent work, and normally when they release things with without bugs and without issues. So that's very good. All right, so we're gonna fly east in about 10 nautical miles or so to intercept the localizer, and we're gonna start also reducing our speed. We are about 20 nautical miles now from the runway, so we can actually begin the turn. But I just want to give us a little more space to maneuver because of the turbulence that we've seen earlier in the Navigraph charts. So that will, look at that, guys. Just look at that. Just beautiful. By the way, we didn't turn on our lights, so I'm going to turn those lights on now. All right, perfect. And we'll begin the turn shortly. Here we can bring up our charts right there. All right, so let's begin the turn, and we're going to turn east. So this is our heading bug here. There we go. John Mark. I'm glad that you have received a membership there. All right, here's our turn towards Lyon. Lovely, lovely aircraft. Just so much fun to fly. And hands-full as well, by the way. All right, now I'm going to ease off on the power here a little bit. All right, and let's adjust our heading. Let's see here. Right, fly east. Excellent. Now we can see the glide slope as well. So you can see the needles for the glide slope and the localizer. So we are within range now. But I'm not going to yet turn this on. We'll leave it for now. We'll continue on the present heading. And altitude is, of course, 3,000 feet. So we should level off now at 3,000 feet. And here is how things are looking live from the outside. I love the cockpit in this aircraft. Just really very nice. Very nice, very immersive. Gustavo, hello, my friend. The sounds are phenomenal, Symphonetic. Yeah, I love the sounds on this thing. So well done. They really nailed it. Really, really nailed it. Okay, so if we look here, we are getting now pretty close to our destination. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to, let's see here, VOR lock. And we're going to select beam. Okay. And we can actually start reducing our speed further. And I'm going to go ahead and use the speed brakes to reduce our speed a little bit. Right, you can see the HT has engaged now because we've set everything to 3,000 feet. And so we will maintain 3,000 feet. You can see the speed now coming down as well. We'll retract the speed brakes. We're doing okay. And we can set the heading here. All right, localizer captured. And we can click on glide. And glide is just for the glide slope. Right, speed check. Set flaps. Beautiful. All right. And we are intercepted. We have intercepted the localizer. And once the glide slope becomes active, then the aircraft will descend towards the runway as well. We need to start reducing our speed. That's the gear warning. Looking good. We are set now for the runway. We are still at 3,000. Looking good. I love this aircraft, tell you guys. All right. We will, of course, disengage the autopilot at about 1,000 feet. Thank you, Chief Sim Pilot. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, X-Plane Gamer. Appreciate it, my friend. MC Crewfish, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. All right. We're looking good. And everything is as it should. We are about 10 nautical miles from the runway now. And at about 7 nautical miles, we'll lower the landing gear. We can see the glide slope needle now started moving. Here, let me show you real quick. See that? Starting to move down. And that's when you'll see that this yellow glide slope light turns green. That's at least what I expect for it to do at this point.
Glide slope.
Glide slope active. Excellent. And we're going to go ahead and lower the landing gear. Landing gear is down. And now you can see the aircraft pitching down. Lovely. Right, we're waiting for 3 greens. Landing gear is deployed. And we have 3 greens. We're looking good. Speed check and flaps full. Look at that. Wow. Gotta love it. With the flaps, look at the details, guys, on the flaps here. Look at that.
Replay grid.
And Toddy, thank you for your €2 donate. Oh, the replay. Okay. I hope I'm not too late for that. All right, record. And let's see. All right, it's recording. Okay. All right, let me just watch my speed here. And I'm just going to slightly adjust the view. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Autopilot off. My aircraft. 1,000, just right in time. Wow, there's some strong wind here. But yeah, we anticipated that.
$500.
500 feet.
Flight slow. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Woo! That wasn't very good, was it?
Speed. Speed.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lyon, France. Look at that. How beautiful that is. All right. It wasn't, you know, the best of landings, but considering this is the very first time, I'll take it. Yeah, this is the first time I do a landing in the aircraft. I did one short flight earlier just to kind of figure out how the autopilot works so that I can do the stream for you guys, so I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, it's a very enjoyable aircraft. Very, very enjoyable aircraft. Wow, lovely. And this, by the way, this scenery of Lyon is by Digital Designs, and it is outstanding. Very, very beautiful airport. Is it digital? I think it's Digital Designs. Yeah, you can get the links over by just typing !scenery. But this was definitely a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this flight. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the F28 Professional by JustFlight, releasing on Wednesday of next week. The team over at JustFlight are just performing a few things a few final touches for the aircraft, preparing it for release. So this is a preview copy, and the product may not represent things in their final form, but nonetheless, this is pretty much what you're going to get when the aircraft releases. And I'll tell you guys, this aircraft definitely, of course, the caveat here is that the guys over at JustFlight have given me the aircraft, so I did not pay for this copy, but I can definitely recommend this aircraft. Just immense fun to fly. It will definitely keep you challenged. If you like challenge, this aircraft is definitely for you. If you like the BAE 146, you will definitely appreciate this aircraft a lot. Very, very nice aircraft, really. Very, very nice. Good job, well done by JustFlight. All right, parking brake is set, and before we turn off the engines, I suppose we should do the replay, and you're going to see that bump that we did. But I can turn on the landing lights, turn off the landing lights. That's all right. And let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so I hope it doesn't break things. I just haven't really tested anything with this aircraft, so let's see here if this works. All right, so load. There we go, and that's the. There we go. We'll see those things deployed, obviously. But nonetheless, we'll be able to see the landing. I think. All right. Goes off. Hey, JustFlight is in the house. Thank you very much, JustFlight, for being here this evening. I tell you, I enjoyed this aircraft so much. I think it's going to become one of my favorites for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'll definitely do more flights in the coming days. But this was kind of a first look preview. Gotta love it. And that's when we kind of went back up. We should have gone around probably, but the runway is quite long. You gotta love that. Oh yeah. Now, of course, during the replay, you don't get the animations with flight control replay, but look at that! Wow. Cabin view, just lovely. The sounds are really, really something else on this aircraft. They're so nice. They're so believable. Excellent work, really, by JustFlight. Love it. I have to say that I absolutely am in love with this aircraft. It's one of those aircraft that, gives you everything. It's properly modeled. It's got a beautiful, very immersive, authentic cockpit. It's got beautiful sounds, and it's got most of the aircraft systems, if not all, simulated, with maybe the exception of the circuit breakers on the back panel and the cockpit. But everything else is pretty much simulated, and simulated well. And that's what really matters. So all in all, just really an excellent F28 got VNAV in full auto throttle. So it does not have a full auto throttle, so you'll have to manage your speeds. And the VNAV, so I mean this is a very old aircraft, so it doesn't have VNAV per se. But yeah, you'll have to manage your own TOD, so you'll have to do your calculations. But the nice thing is, yeah, those flaps are just phenomenal. Look it. Yeah. So the nice thing is that JustFlight provides you with a TOD calculator to calculate your top of descent, as we did in the stream earlier. So they provide you with all the tools that help you manage the aircraft in a simulated environment, which is pretty cool, and I do like that. All right, so let me remove that here, because otherwise we'll not be able to continue. So if we come here, I suppose that we can bring these two back. Hey, there you go. Now you can hear the announcements. How cool is that? All right. And we can open the door. Are we hearing music? We are hearing music. How cool. I think this is where you can... Oh, guys, check this out. You can actually lower the volume of the music that plays in the cabin. Wow, that is really cool. Wow. Tell you, I am just absolutely thrilled with this aircraft. Just really phenomenal work by JustFlight, I have to say. Yeah, all right, we can turn off those lights. Yeah, all right. So that is it, really, guys, for this first look of the JustFlight F28 Professional. Tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed this live stream. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the stream description below. And I will be probably streaming the aircraft again in the coming days. I am going to be also streaming the new Embraer by FPS, the Embraer 195 by FPS. Which is, by the way, formerly known as SSG. So that's coming very soon. There's a slight issue with the aircraft that I'm ironing out currently with the developer, but I will be streaming it more than likely in the next couple of days. And there is also my flight experience, the Bonanza flight, the real-world Bonanza flight experience with Humphreys Aviation, also coming on the channel very soon. Before we conclude this live stream, I want to thank all of you guys for being here this evening and watching the stream with me. I also want to thank all of the new subscribers to the channel, all the channel members, all of you guys who have gifted memberships of the channel, some Fanatic, Alex, Carl, Childers, all of you guys, thank you very much for your kind support. I truly appreciate it. And I thank you very much for your support. And last but not least, I'd like to offer my sincere gratitude to the entire team over at JustFlight for first developing an excellent add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator for the community to enjoy, and second, for providing me with a copy to showcase here on the channel. Well, folks, that's a wrap. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.